Cuba is robust. It's a fertile tropical place, but with post-revolution shortages, the rationing of produce since 1952, and the complicated bureaucracy has given it a reputation for some of the worst food in the world. We can understand why people think so because much of the ingredients were canned, processed, powdered, or simply just not available. But I say that anyone that hasn't really been there doesn't understand the culture and the history of Cuba's foodways. It's a rich and soulful food. Back before the island's food markets and restaurants were nationalized in 1959, Cuba's upper middle class ate very well. Private enterprise was forbidden. Then close to 40 years later, Fidel Castro legalized private restaurants called paladars. But it took Fidel's brother, Raoul, in 2011 to loosen restrictions on private restaurants exclusively run out of Cuban households and to allow non-family staff to be employed. An influx of foreign dollars allowed for updates to be made to the infrastructure and the raising of capital. It all lent to change of the culinary scene. There was one man behind those gates I had to meet on my journey when in Cuba, Chef Cristobal Marquez Valdez. Carlos's selfless manner opened doors to many secrets that were hidden to most, but I was one of the lucky ones that was allowed to enter his inner circle. And what's pretty extraordinary is that the cuisine of my home city, New Orleans, resonates in Carlos's dish, from his langoustine de enchilada that mimics almost to the T the classic shrimp creole that I grew up with. I truly have arrived. It feels like a homecoming.
We ate in this room with his kids, so we're just sharing the idea that, I was telling him that we cooked to the White House on the May 20th, which was the Cuban Independence Day from the Spanish, and we were walking down the hallway in the White House and we saw a photo of President Obama's visit to Cuba, which was just recently, maybe 6 months ago maybe, and now he's showing us all the pictures. The president ate in this room with his whole family, and we confirmed that there was a photo of him on the wall in the White House.
How many people? Cuatro. Bueno, vamos a no perder tiempo allá y...
So now we just left Carlos's restaurant. He was un poquito tarde. Just a little late. Now we're on the way to the farm.
Aquí, no sé si en Estados Unidos así. Aquí cuando deja 36 puntos.
¿Cuánto? 16?
36.
36. He said he lost his license because he had... I said, why'd you lose your license? He said, because I got points. And I said, well,
Hasta el día 18 de septiembre.
he got to 36 and that was it.
No, pero ahora yo me voy un mes de vacaciones.
Sí.
¿Me entiendes? Nosotros cerramos, mañana cerramos ya un mes.
Ah, sí. Adiós, gracias, venimos ahora.
Nosotros, yo
Tomorrow
voy a-
he closes for a month. ¿Y
No,
para dónde va?
really. Voy a Brasil el lunes y regreso a Miami el día 8.
Okay.
¿Ya?
So he's closing his restaurant for a month tomorrow. So we just got in time. We'll probably have the last meal for the closer. He's gonna go to Brazil, Miami. He's gonna travel and see what else is out there in the world, and then come back to Cuba with probably new ideas. And that's how we stimulate ourselves, by traveling and eating other people's food and seeing other restaurants and designs. And no matter where you are and who you are, the culinary world is the same. When you do it for a living and you love it and it's your passion and it's your life, that's what you do. So even on vacation, you've got a mission to hit all the restaurants and taste all the new cuisine and food.
Esto fue en Nueva York ahora.
Learn of a farmer who persevered past many obstacles and became a very, very close friend to Carlos. They collaborated on what to grow, what produce to section off, in order to supply the restaurant for Carlos. That was unheard of in Cuba. It was remarkable. The ingenuity of Carlos, which his vision has provided a new dimension to the way people gain access to produce and cook in Cuba.
Right. So the last time we were here, there was nothing in here. So this is a newer side of the meat market. is another smaller place that we went 4 years ago. Obviously, you can see this is in full production and butchering and everything. So, Cuban grill. Saying, you know, when you're looking for a pineapple, you push on it a little bit. It's a little soft, but you always kind of go near where it's snapped off. You can smell very sweet. You can also look to see where the flies are, because the flies are going to go where the sweetest pineapple is. This almost smells. So you got the farm started 7 years ago.
¿Estaba la familia mucho tiempo?
Siempre estaba. Pero no se llama así japonesa por eso. Mi abuelo fue
His grandfather founded this. He's been in the family. He's been running it for 7 years when his mom retired.
Before we head to Raoul's property, we have just one more stop, a farmer's market. Can't wait to see what we can buy here.
So they go from the raw farm to this area. So this is a little bit more packaged for travel. Everything's kind of wrapped in plastic and all priced out. So we're in the next level of the market here. So we're at this market here. We've got beautiful smoked pork tenderloin here. The back's wrapped in tenderloin. You can tell it's been smoked because it's the color, obviously, but also if you look at the twine that it's hung on, it's very charred and kind of black from all the smoke. So we asked them to slice a little bit of the tenderloin. So we're going to try it. Smoke it.
Does it look like?
Yeah, exactly that.
Well, this is the juicy mame, which is a fruit that I actually pointed out of all these fruits. I had never recognized that one. So it's M-A-M-E-Y, mame. And large Samia grande, the negro black seed inside, kind of like a mango, similar, but very sweet. It's delicious. You know, I remember Carlos saying last time we were here 4 years ago that the only people that really shop there are able to have access to the farm are chefs, restaurant owners, but also the diplomats. You know, the ones that sort of live in the embassies in Myanmar along the strip. But I also saw a couple locals just shopping at the open market. But we'll confirm that with them. So there's Raoul's property right here. Huge, massive, long strip. And we were just asking Carlos about it. It's a double fence, but inside he's got everything. He makes his own cheese. He's got some of the best tomatoes in all of Cuba, so they have his own garden. He's got basically everything to be self-sufficient behind that property. So we just got to the other farm, and we're meeting up with the same farmer. This is the guy that runs this. This is the uncle of Alex that we just met at the other farm. And this is the guy that we met 4 years ago with Carlos. We're getting ready to go into his farm right now. This man used to be a helicopter mechanic, but his grandfather and his father were farmers when they first came to Cuba, coming from Japan. So now he's in charge of all the organic farms in this area.
Of course, you know that this is not anything like what we already told them about that.
Sure.
The rain?
Yeah. So right now we've got the opposite of a drought. We've got a lot of rain in Cuba, so it's actually hurting some of the crops. You know, it's all about a balance, and what happens when things are too wet is it promotes rot and mold in different things. And also, you see right here, all the butterflies have come. They're eating all of the broccoli. Cook the stem and everything.
¿Cuándo vino? ¿Qué parte de tu familia vino aquí de Japón?
Mi papá.
Tu papá.
Papá era japonés.
¿En qué año vino?
36, 1936.
1800?
1900.
1900. His dad came in 1936.
De hecho, él va a Japón de vez en cuando
Ah.
a asistir a esto.
So he goes to Japan periodically to go study because all this is organic, no insecticides. It's a struggle. He doesn't even have a sprinkler system. He
Manually water?
yeah. When it's hot,
El único que hace todo orgánico es aquí.
yeah, he's the only one.
Todo el mundo usa.
Of course. So I want to know kind of like how did they connect,
Sí,
Pasada.
¿Cómo se empataron ustedes dos?
Bueno, al principio cuando estaba abriendo, ya desde el principio nos conocimos.
Al principio.
Yo tenía un punto de venta.
Él empezó allí, mira, empezó por pedacitos que eran chiquititos, ya llegó aquí.
He started just over there. So they've been, ever since he started, Carlos has been connected with him. Vamos a que ya se va.
Carlos's cuisine is expressive and masterfully executed to reflect the cultures that populated the Caribbean island over centuries by way of Africans, Spaniards, and indigenous people. Even though Cubans have been isolated so long, Carlos is one native-born Cuban and chef who wants to cook with the innate sense of what people want to eat. He brings a contemporary twist to his dishes because he can. He has the connections to get the products like no other. What is most impressive to me is the fact that his restaurant even exists here.
Comenzamos con probar el vino, con mirarnos, todo lo dijimos y a la noche celebramos.